Hi guys. Okay, going to be going over the agenda for next week's meeting, just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm going to be talking about and how it applies to helping those. The main focus is traumatic brain injury, but it's going to include post-traumatic stress disorder and disabilities, because as you know, I've told you kids, you're more than likely to acquire those when you sustain traumatic brain injury. I live with both. I live with all three. And so, depending on what stats you look at, it's every 13 to 21, 23, who knows how many, depending on what stat you look at, seconds someone in America is going to sustain a traumatic brain injury. And I haven't looked at the stats recently too recently to have them memorized, to see how often someone sustains it in Oklahoma. I don't like to look at stats that often, so I don't like to memorize numbers. That's why. Okay, going over the agenda now. Okay, first, it's going to be a mixture, and I had my dad, who was former mayor of Wellston, to help me with the agenda and the presentation of this, and I asked him to use his past 12 years as mayor of Wellston to help me with this. So that's how I got the presentation put together. The first portion is going to be kind of like the past. It is going to be basically me introducing myself, basically what caused my TBI. And I'm not going to gross out anyone that, ugh. Don't worry, I'm not going to gross out anyone over the details. Stages of your coma / TBI / recovery. I'm going to have some general stats on TBI, but I'll tell you on what my coma, TBI recovery, the numbers, figures, and all that general stuff was. But I will also compare it to what it's generally like. If there's a general comparison, I'll look up. I think there is. And then I'm going to go into what my goals are, what I can provide for you, the audience, that will help explain what a TBI is, and then I'm going to look for explanations to provide, or PowerPoints or whatever, that provide different examples of what minor and major traumatic brain injuries are. I've found them in the last 20 years, so I'll just have to look through my stuff. And I know I haven't given that stuff away. It's just somewhere in my spare bedroom. And that's like tons of stuff. Okay, next we're going to go into what my goals are, working with people who might have a TBI in support groups, helping persons with TBI understand some of the physical issues they may be having, and who I've worked with, such as lawmakers, schools, organizations, and trips I've taken. Now, everywhere from goals, the goals down to trips, that's going to be the present. And then I'm going to go into legislative changes that have been made, whether it be in Oklahoma or around the nation. Don't get me into Congress, I might scream. And then I'm going to conclude it with the future, what I hope to see out of this. And my whole goal for this is not to explain it in the same way, but to explain it in a new way to reach people better. And hopefully I'm not going to wear out too much and everything throughout the presentation, because as something you students know, when I get really tired, that's not only when my side effects kick in, but I get really blunt. And I'm respectful, but I'm just blunt. However you want to take that. It's like, don't get offended, but sometimes the mental processing, when I get to thinking a lot and everything and trying to get all that stuff in my head, after a while it takes a while to process, so I might be silent for a while, or just otherwise I'm going to be jumping around, which is why I've asked the students I've substituted at the high school to come to this, and so that way they can help better explain and everything, because it would be a great opportunity for them to show what skill levels that they have, and they've always said they want to help. So this is, even though it's kind of last minute notice and everything, this is what I'm going to be doing, and it's going to be at Red Lobster on the 19th at 6 p.m. If you have any interest in helping out those of you who are going to be in high school from 10th to 12th grade, please comment below. And I would love to have businesses, employers, members of Chamber of Commerce, or city council members as well to come to this, so that way we can get this portion is to get the economics piece, the business and everything, and then the next setup meeting is to talk to the education, once we can get this setup of talking what the goal is and talking what what questions employers have and what the students would like to see, and what, just kind of having it be a roundtable discussion. And this isn't to be anything set in stone yet. These are just to be roundtable discussions right now. This is just what I'm wanting to do to help improve Stillwater and be my way of giving back to the community like it's helped me. So, go Pokes!